Hey guys and gals, my name's Wolf, and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. So I wanted to apologize for you guys. Now you'll see that there are actually a few more heroes here than we had before, because I just did a whole expedition, just did a medium one, and we fought our first boss, and unbeknownst to me, I ran out of storage space midway through, so sadly that recording is no longer here. So basically, just to recap what I did, we went through, we fought the first boss, which was the Necromancer, but don't worry, as I was explaining, you will actually fight bosses 3 times throughout Darkest Dungeons, and you basically get a little bit of information each time you kind of fight them. So I wanted to apologize, that is completely 100% my fault. I was not paying attention to storage space and things along those lines. But what we can do now is we could just start on up, and actually we can start up a brand new excursion. So while we're here, why don't we recruit some more heroes? And we actually have, looks like we have an occultist here. So why don't we grab him?
To fight the abyss, one must know it.
Let's grab another plague doctor.
What better laboratory than the blood-soaked battlefield?
And I'm actually going to leave this Vestial alone because in that lost recording, as it were, we actually got a second Vestial, Daryl here, and we only have 16 slots, and that would have taken up the 15th, so you know, we're kind of running a little bit short on space at the moment. Just to kind of just introduce you to the few people that we got in our lost episode, as it were. We've got the Houndmaster here. Basically, he is really good in support. Sorry about that. He is good at support in the back lines. Right now he has Hound's Rush and Hound's Harry, so he's really good at causing bleed, and he's great at fighting beasts, creatures, and he's a good support all around. And he can even guard allies, which basically he will kind of like take the damage for an enemy, as it were, and it will also buff himself, so it'll be more susceptible to dodging an attack and vice versa, like something along those lines. We got Man-at-Arms. This guy is for sure our tank. He's our frontline fighter. Usually they don't do the most damage, but he could do a lot of buffs, and as you can just look at him, he's a grizzled old veteran of many wars, and so he's definitely our frontline guy. Works well with Crusaders, like a Crusader, say for instance, on second slot, you know, could focus on damage while, you know, our Man-at-Arms focuses on that. Okay, so we have an occultist, which is one of our other major healers, and the cool thing about the occultist is that since he doesn't follow the, I guess, normal religion in Darkest Dungeon, like say like a Bestial would or a Crusader, but he could heal, so that means he could also work with Seth. Seth's too busy drinking at the moment, you know how that's how it is sometimes. So that way he could actually work in a party that's kind of focused on those that aren't religious. Right now, he has actually got great abilities, a lot of stuff that I'll love for him to have. He's got debuffs, he's got marking targets, which goes really well with, say, like a bounty hunter, and he's got weird healing. When we use it, I'll explain more because, again, it is a little weird, as it were. Wow, sorry, terrible. Of how that works instead of just a normal heal. We also got this guy, which is great for our tank characters. 10% protection, 15% max XP. The tank will do a little bit less damage and induce a little bit more stress, but it's very rare, it's expensive. For example, if we try to sell it, we get a fair amount of money from it. And we're going to use that on someone in just a second. So why don't we get this show on the road? That was the party I had last time. That will forever be lost, sadly, as it were. Let's do another expedition. Why don't we, since we had the Warren's Weald and Cove open, that we can actually try some new stuff. Sorry about that. Why don't we, let's see here. Let's try the Cove, and we'll see all the fun creatures that are there. Let me just double check, see. Yeah, Dana can work. Okay, what I'm doing right now is I'm looking at people's quirks. I'm just trying to get a good feel of like who would be good with each other and who wouldn't. Yeah, why don't we try our cultist here? He's got a feeling he doesn't like beasts. Nymphomania. So good third slot. Swap those two, and let's have a tank. Always use a tank. All right. Oh, and something cool too is that Red Hook Studio developed this game. Basically has like a master list of like there's a lot of different options and combinations, as you can tell, that you could potentially have a party of just all four Crusaders or whatever. So the options are endless, but they have names for specific ones in specific orders. So this is Forefront. That's pretty cool. So let's get this show on the road. Actually, before I do that, why don't we give some people equipment? Don't want to screw that up. So let's give this guy the ring since he's going to be first slot. Less chance of surprise. No, we can't stack those. Okay, so Dane, he's going to be a little slow, but he's going to have scouting and trap disarm. Let's give him so less likely to be diseased. Okay, so I'm basically giving everybody all the items here. So my party's going to be a little slower, as you can see, like -2 from the trinkets. But I'm going to be a lot less likely to be surprised, and the scouting chances are going to be really good. You know, we probably don't need both of these, to be honest, because that's a little overkill. Just one of those books should be fine. Okay, short expedition, so grab 8. You know, let's go 12 just to be safe. I take that back. We'll do 8 because we possibly could find food along the way, because we'll grab some medicinal herbs. Okay. Grab some torches, a key. And again, each area you go to, like for example, we're going to the Cove, has different things that can happen along the way. And so some areas definitely have a better chance of, like, say a shovel might work a lot better in some areas than others.
These salt-soaked caverns are teeming with pelagic nightmares. They must be flushed out.
So we're going to see some pretty Cthulhu-esque things in this location for sure, with all the fishmen about. Okay, so the fish carcass, pretty gross, but why don't we use some herbs to clean it up? And as you can see, it had a lot of stuff on them, which is a great find. Great find early on. All right, we got to fight. All right, so we got like these. A lot of these monsters are eldritch, so that's why I brought a cultist. He's great at fighting eldritch. Okay, so these guys are like little tanks or little snails, sea maggots. They have a lot of protection, 75%, and they're super slow, so they're kind of like tanks. So you'll see that like you'll do damage, and they do like nothing. So what I like to do is we could stun them, or let's focus on blight. You know, let's focus on this. Give them a nice stun here. And so this does extra to eldritch. Click the wrong button. Sorry about that. It happens sometimes. Okay. Damn. Missed. That's a shame. Let's see. Let's give him the uppercut. Yeah, see, that was 1 point of damage, but we got him stunned and pushed back. Nice dodge. Give him a zap. Oh, and he's diseased. That's a shame. So, we actually had somebody diseased last time. I'll explain it again, just because, again, it's forever lost in the catacombs. That is the depths of memory space. So, diseases can happen. So he's got creeping cough, which is minus 20% damage, which is not great. We definitely wanted. He was one of our bigger damage dealers, so that's a bit of a shame. So they can be healed by a plague doctor during camping. So this is a short one, so we're not going to see it this time. Ooh, that stinks. But yeah, like a plague doctor has a chance for healing disease. Most of the time you get it healed back at the hamlet. 2 points of damage. Ugh. Okay, so again, this is low damage, but you know, has a chance for disease, which is never fun. Salty gouge, ugh. I don't want a salty gouge. Ugh, that does not sound like fun to me. Oh man, not landing these attacks. Come on, guys. Hysterical blindness. Oh boy. Everybody is just getting diseased. There we go.
Their formation is broken.
It's a shame this isn't a longer expedition because we got our plague doctor, so she would at least be able to possibly heal somebody. No, let's mark them.
A powerful blow.
Oh boy, everybody's getting really bad debuffs. Okay, we're gonna need some healing in a sec. Good, she resisted that. There we go.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them.
Okay,
all.
weird healing, nice. And a crit. So, basically with that healing, it was like, what, 0 to 12 for healing somebody? So it's a big chance, big gamble. And it's also possible that, like, you could not heal the person at all. And, basically cause them to have bleeding. So it's a bit of a gamble with that healing style. But as you can see, it could also pay off big time.
A faint hope blossoms.
Okay, nice dodge. Let's go for the heal. Alright, we got rid of that bleeding. Dang. It's like we're just scratching them. Okay, yeah, so we're almost at full, so we should be good. There we go.
Press disadvantage.
That was a long fight for those enemies. Okay, got the groupers. Alright, these guys, damage dealing outright. They got like average amount of health, 14. Stun and blight, they're very minimal. Since they're basically, this is all like fishmen, as it were, their bleed resistance is like fairly high, 50%. But everything else is pretty bad. So blight, stun. Let's go for the stun. There we go. Yeah, let's mark the guy in front. Yeah, so they have these swords and they have these like gross rusted spears as well. So they can attack and deal a lot of damage anywhere in the formation, which is not good. And it's always not great if you find 4 of them outright. Not going to be a good time.
Confidence surges as
We just got to kind of whittle them down as best as we can. Spearfishing. Oh,
ringing ears.
we did not want that.
The end approaches.
Let's see, give him the stun. There we go. 11. Nice. And we resist the bleed. Oof. Oof. There we go. Not. Let's give him the uppercut to the face. And we got both stunned. So that way we can kind of recoup for a sec. Take a breather, as it were. Nice. Nice. Resist the bleed and crit. That was just a good heal all around. Okay, last one. God, these guys have such ugly faces. Like, look at that. They got like pig fish face. Ugh. I'll be honest, I wouldn't want to go fishing and see that at the end of my hook. Oh, dodge. There we go.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Okay. So let's continue on. Got a trap here. So interesting also, each location, again, as they have their own items and traps and whatnot, they all do different things. Like these traps, compared to the ones usually found in the ruins, which are like spike traps, excuse me, these traps are like, basically give you debuffs that last for like something like 20 turns. Okay, so we got a barnacle crusted chest. Now, we could try to open it. You know, there's probably a good chance of something inside. But, you know, we have these shovels here, so why don't we try to break away some barnacles? Which we did. Nice. So as I was saying, like some locations, certain items that you bring or find are have many uses, and some locations, like for here, I like to bring more shovels because you'll find more like things like barnacle crusted whatever, or because it's supposed to be very almost like, you know, this was all underwater a long time ago and everything is encrusted and creepy and gross and, again, Cthulhu-esque, because that's the best way I could describe it. Actually, it looks like I haven't played it, but I've, you know, definitely watched a fair bit of streams, that the Bloodborne DLC, at one of the near the end of it, I guess, you'll find like there's like a whole city, like a little hamlet that like looks
glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
Eerily similar, and I mean eerily similar, like to the style of this. It's pretty creepy. All right, let's break it open again. There's a shovel, and we used a shovel, so that was just the best return possible. Nice. So far, we got some easy loot. That is what we want to hear.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
It's a shame about the diseases that we caught. Oh, see, like, look at that. Ugh. Yeah, 12 rounds. Minus 20 dodge, minus 5 speed for 12 rounds. That is not good. Shovels again.
Packs laden with loot are often low on supplies.
So it seems like shovels and medicinal herbs are the heroes here.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
So we have a move stone. It's an item, and so as you can see, the amount of space that you have is limited, literally, to what you see here. So like, you're only going to have this much inventory space for the entire game. Now, obviously, everybody has 2 slots of their own, and so like that way you can kind of like cheese it by moving it like that. You could do that. But for example, like this move stone that we just found, plus 20 move skill chance. I mean, it helps, but it's one of those things that like it doesn't sell for too much. If you sell the trinket back at the hamlet, yeah, I think you have a better chance of finding something I would use more often. So it's one of those things like I don't really mind if we just leave it and be like, forget about it. Let's give you some food right off the bat, because we're almost done. We got 1 room to go through. This has been a quick and easy expedition, just what we need. Okay. You know what? Let's get rid of these antivenoms. Because we could always use more, like, crests and busts and whatnot. Okay. Oh, and we got the shaman. This guy, we'll see what he does in a sec. He's their support. He's their healer. He does stress damage. Not fun. So let's stun him. His little chin giblets. Ugh. It's just gross looking. Let's mark the first guy. Oof, dang. Slash across the chest. Alright. Let's focus on a stun. There we go. Yes, one hit kill. Let's heal Dane. Okay, that's not bad. Make him bleed. Resist. We did damage though. Let's punch him in the face. Oh, annihilated indeed. Let's heal. Nice. A little bit of bleeding, and we can cure that instantly. There we go. And Lou is cleaning house.
Foolish horrors, brought low and driven into the mud.
Final room. Let's see what happens. Okay. Okay, we got a stun. Not a stun. A little bit of stress. Sorry about that. You know what? Why don't we stun the back line? Okay, and let's focus on damaging with some sky tentacles. Ugh. Let's bring the Acolyte forward if we can. There we go. Okay, could be worse. Could be worse. There we go. Okay. Not need to bleed. Okay. Alright, so why don't we mark the grouper here. Nice crit. Even though it's still 1 damage. But does heal some stress for us. So that way Dane can focus and follow up, because again, it's one of those situations where like it's a tag team where collect bounty, it's plus 90% damage on marked, so that helps a lot. There we go.
Decimated.
Stab him on back. And he's gonna be done soon. You know, this is the last room. Why don't we just go out and just try to kill him? Yeah, he'll bleed out next round. Let's end it with the uppercut to the face. Because why not?
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Okay, so, you know, we finished. The whole place has been searched. Let's just continue just so to show you what this does. Ship's figurehead. Figurehead emits a marvelous aura. So, it's, as I was going to explain in our Lost episode, as it were, you can get buffs like this one that would last until your next camp. So, if we were in a medium expedition, that when you go to camp, this buff would go away. But say like while you're camping, you can possibly get something that you can give your character its own buff by using camping skills that would last until the next camping or until the end of the expedition. Okay, so why don't we just move on along? Let's see.
At last, wholesome marine life can flourish. If indeed there is such a thing.
Okay. Yeah, Lewin Dane. So he's nervous, and he's can take a hit better. All right. Nocturnal. Thick-blooded. Okay. Ooh.
Behold, righteousness and zealotry, gleaming in the morning sun.
So this is our first town event. So this is something that they added relatively recently. That after an expedition or that you go out, that you have a chance of certain things happening in town, and there's a lot of different things that can happen. Some good, some bad. And here's a good one that basically you can recruit 2 free Crusaders here. Let's see. And this guy's good. You go. Okay. And he's got a cool color. So let's grab him.
A mighty sword arm anchored by holy purpose. A zealous warrior.
And Holland, he's got good skills already. So we seem definitely so far to be going the holy warrior route.
A mighty sword arm anchored by holy purpose. A zealous warrior.
So we have 4 Crusaders. So we have all 4 of them, different colors. So we are definitely going to be crusading. Oh my god, I'm sorry for these terrible puns. Through these lands. Alright, so he lost 500 gold and a night in the town. So is Seth finally back? He was gone for like 2 weeks drinking. Yeah, boy. Merrick is back from unknown pleasure houses. Okay. Alright, so that went really well. That went actually one of the best ones that we've had so far, except for we can cure a couple of the diseases at the sanitarium. I'll actually show you real quick. We got a little bit of time. So we should drop Lou off. He's got hysterical blindness. Who had worse ones? Probably creeping cough. Deal with that first. So we could treat it here. I place your trust in your gnarly warden hands. Ugh. And so you can upgrade many things around, as we said before, like the guild and blacksmith and whatnot. So let's upgrade the sanitarium. This is cost. Let's increase the cell mounts.
Curious methodologies and apparatus can calm even the most tormented soul.
So let's put Daryl in here. She was in the other expedition, our forever lost one, and let's cure her. Your gnarly word ends. Oh, good. And while we're here, why don't we have Reynold get rid of his kleptomania, because that is just, it's annoying and I don't want that to get locked in. And why don't we lock in something really good? Like, let's lock in Deadly. This will be pricey. 9,000, as you can see, it was 150 to get rid of this, and then to lock in Deadly, 9,000. Ugh. No, actually, why don't we just hold off, because we probably the smart thing to invest in it. Do that.
Experimental techniques and tonics can overcome things a sharpened sword cannot.
There we go. So we invested a lot in the treatment library. So that way it'll be... Yeah, so we saved a bunch of money just by investing. I mean, we had to spend a lot of our busts here, but we'll get more along the way. So let's do that. Because I think Randall's going to be one of our main guys, one of our main heroes. Him and Dismas are 2 ones. Because, you know, they're the first 2. It's like a first love, you know. You might have many more along the line, but they'll always be the first 2. Alright, so enough of my ramblings. We're going to continue along on the next episode. We'll see if we might get more heroes. I don't think we'll have enough space or enough material, so we'll just kind of jump right into it and do some more exploring and make our way to fight some more bosses. All right. my name's been Wolf. I'll see you guys later. Please, again, feel free to leave a comment. Feel free to, if you are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, all the usual things. If you don't want to, no worries, but I do greatly appreciate you guys coming along and hanging out with me. If you want to rename some of these heroes, and we got a bunch now, we got 16 of them. If you have a favorite hero, or if you want recolor, or if you want to name them something silly or fun, or is maybe something more serious, by all means, please feel free to leave it in the comments below. And my name's Wolf, and I'll catch you later. Take care, guys.